Good morning, students. Till now we have started with the second lesson, that is magnetic effect of electric current. Till now we have discussed about the magnetic field lines. Then we have seen about a current carrying conductor producing magnetic field. Then we have seen different patterns of magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor, that is a straight conductor, a circular loop and a solenoid. Then we have discussed about the electromagnet, and then we have seen about the force acting on a force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field we have seen, and then we have seen about the force acting on a moving charge in a magnetic field. In today's class we are going to discuss about the electric motor. As you can see on the screen, today we are going to discuss about the introduction of electric motor, principle of electric motor, construction, working, types of electric motors and uses of electric motor. In the examination they will be asking you about the principle. For 1 mark question, as a principle they can ask for construction or they can ask for working. So based upon it, please try to watch the video completely and understand how this electric motor is going to work. So electric motor is a device which converts the electrical energy into mechanical energy. Means, like you have seen an example of fan. In fan, what is happening is the electrical energy is getting converted into a mechanical energy. So electric motor is a device which will be converting electrical energy into mechanical energy. Principle of electric motor is based on a fact that when a current carrying loop or a coil placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a tug. Due to this tug, the coil begins to rotate and work. The work which is going to be done, that we call it as mechanical energy, is obtained for us. So when the electric current is passed through a conductor placed at a right angle to the magnetic field, a force perpendicular to both magnetic field and the current acts on a conductor. This makes the conductor move. The direction of motion of a conductor is given by Fleming's left hand rule, which we have discussed. In Fleming's left hand rule is like, when we will be stretching your left, take your left hand. As I am saying it, you have to do it, then only you are going to understand. So stretch your left hand, take the forefinger will be giving us the magnetic field, and your middle finger will be going to give you the current, direction of current, and thumb will be giving you the direction of motion. While you are placing your left hand and stretching these three fingers, that is your forefinger, middle finger and a thumb, and you have to make sure that these all three are at right angle. Each one, your thumb should be right angle to your forefinger, as well as your thumb should be at right angle your magnetic field, and the middle finger also should be at a right angle. Then only you can able to find out the motion of a conductor, because we know two things: we know magnetic field, we know the direction of current. But by using these two things we can find out the third one, that is the motion of a conductor, which is your thumb will be showing you the motion of the conductor. So an electric motor is a rotating device which will be converting your electrical energy into mechanical energy. And electric motor we are using used to derive various types of machines at home and industries. Like we will be having fans, washing machines are there, refrigerators are there, mixer grinders, all are been having an electric motor fitted in them to do the work. And electric motor we will be discussing about the types. We will be having two types of electric motor, that is AC motor and DC motor. AC motor means which will be working on alternating current, and DC motor means which is working it on the direct current that is obtained from the battery. So the principle of electric motor is, it is based upon a fact that when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it is going to experience a tug. Tug means the force which is working it in both opposite direction. Like on a, you can see in this figure a triangular sheet is there, a rectangular loop is there. So loops both the sides, it is going to experience a force. One is going to be acting in upward direction, one it is going to act in downward direction. Because of these two things, the rectangular coil is going to get rotated, and we can able to see that the mechanical and electrical energy is getting converted into mechanical energy. Now we are going to discuss about the construction of electric motor. In construction of electric motor, there are 5 main parts, as you can see in the figure. First one, it is an armature coil. Armature coil is a rectangular coil, consists of a large number of turns of insulated copper wire wounded over a soft iron. So as you can see in the figure, A, B, C, D is your rectangular armature coil. A, B, as you can see in this figure, A, B, C and D is a armature coil. And then we will be having a field magnet. As you can see, both the sides we are having 2 magnets, that is north pole and south pole. This is called as a field magnet. The coil will be placed between these 2 poles of a strong U-shaped electromagnet, or 2 separate magnets. We will be using it as a north pole and south pole. When we have discussed about the magnetic field lines, at the time we have seen that the magnetic field lines outside the magnet, it is always moving it from north pole to south pole. Inside the magnet, it will be moving it from south to north. So this will be, now these are outside, so always the magnetic field will be moving it from north pole to south pole. So now if we are considering this as north pole and this as south pole, then we are going to get the answer for this figure. This is a magnet. Then next one is about, the third one is about the split rings or a commutator. In this split ring, these are the 2 halves of a metallic ring. One ring will be there which will be converted into 2 halves. The ends of the coils are connected to the 2 halves of the split rings. The inner side of these halves are insulated and attached to an axle. It will be attached to an axle, it will be attached, and one ring has been split into 2 halves. So these split rings only will be working as a commutator, which will not be allowing the wires to get rotated, or it will be easy for a coil to move. Because of these split rings only, the current will be moving it in one unidirectional form as a DC motor. As we are discussing, electric motor is nothing but a DC motor. So in a DC motor, we will be having this type of 2 split rings will be there. These split rings only will not be allowing the wires to get wound up, and the direction of current will be in unidirectional. The next one is about the brushes. Brushes, these are the 2 pairs. As you can see here, B1 and B2 are the 2 brushes. Copper, it is made up of carbon brush, and this will be touching it to the revolving ring. So it is not attached to these 2 half rings. It is attached only to the, just it is getting a cushion like support, which will be allowing the current to move into this coil. Then we are having the 4th one is battery. This battery is consist a few cells is connected across the brushes through a key. The battery supplies the current to the armature coil. So in this one, the current will be supplied to the armature coil through these batteries. So this is all about the construction of the electric motor or DC motor. So there are 5 parts for the electric motor, that is armature coil, field magnet, split rings and brushes, battery. Now we will be discussing about the working of an electric motor. So in this, in the working of an electric motor, in electric motor, as you can see, there was an armature coil. There was 2 arms as AB and CD. As you can see in this figure, AB and CD are the 2 arms for this one, and they are perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. If we are drawing the magnetic field lines moving from north pole to south pole, then when the current is flowing through the coil in the armature coil, these arms will be experiencing a force. AB and CD is going to experience a force. And on applying Fleming's left hand rule, force acting on arm AB will be in downward direction, and CD will be in upward direction. Since these two forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, so they forms a couple and the tug, and this couple rotates the armature coil into a clockwise direction. So this is how the armature coil is going to get rotated. You have to focus it more on AB and CD because they are perpendicular. The same way, if you are seeing BC and AD, they are parallel to the magnetic field lines. As they are parallel to the magnetic field lines, they are not going to experience any force. Only when it is perpendicular, then only it is going to experience a force. When we have seen, if F is the force is maximum, or the angle formed due to magnetic field lines, and the current carrying conductor is maximum, that is making a 90-degree angle, then only it is going to experience a force. So after completing half revolution by the armature, the direction of the current in the arm AB and CD will be reversed. Now the arm AB will be experience force upward, and arm CD is going to have in downward direction. Again, the two forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, so they form a couple, and a tug of the couple rotates and the armature coil in a clockwise direction. Thus the armature of DC motor rotates in the same direction. So as because of these split rings, you can see there are two halves, and when it will be getting rotated, at the time there is not going to be no supply, no connection with these brushes, and due to the rotational inertia of rotation, this armature coil is going to rotate totally, and then again it will be have the connectivity with the coil, and the coil will be rotating it, and the coil continuously it will be moving it, and RPM will be decided about the rotating. How much RPM is nothing but the rotation per minute, how much it will be there. So now how much you want, you can able to decide how many times it has to rotate. So that will be giving the RPM of the motor for us. Then these are the types of electric motor. Electric motor will be having AC motors also will be there, and DC motors are there. Then they will be separately using it depending upon the use. Single phase, three phase motors we will be having it, series, compound, shunt, depends upon the use of this we will be using it. Then the uses of electric motor. Electric motor is used in electric fans. Then DC motor is used for running electric cars. It is used to play record players, tape recorders, hair dryers, etc. Small DC motors are used in toys. It is found in cars, clocks, drill fans, fridge, hair dryers, toothbrush, vacuum cleaners, all these water pumps for fishing tanks, central heating, fire fighting washing machines, hard disk drive, DVD players, electric vehicles, and industrial equipments including extenders, fork flight trucks, lathe mills, hoist, robots, and winches. So there are some of these are the uses of electric motor. Then we will be having about how we can able to increase. There are some ways to increase the speed of the rotation of this coil. How you can able to increase the speed of the electric motor. So the speed of the electric motor can be increased by increasing the things like, number one, by increasing the current flowing in the coil. Second, you can increase by increasing the number of turns in the coil. You can increase the area of cross section of the coil, so that the speed of the motor can be increased by increasing the strength of radial magnetic field. Means instead of using permanent magnet, we can go for electromagnet also, so that it can be able to increase or decrease the speed of the motor. Then we will be having about by laminating the soft iron core. Means in the coil, armature coil, we can laminate this one using the laminating liquid, so that it can be used. Then we can increase its speed by using a powerful electromagnet in place of a permanent magnet. Instead of using permanent magnet, we can use an electromagnet also. This is how we can increase the speed of the electric motor by having a large number of turns of a conducting wire in a current carrying conductor. So this is all about the uses, the construction of an electric motor. Then we have seen about the working of an electric motor. Then we have seen uses of electric motor and the ways to increase the speed of the rotation of the electric motor. So based upon it, we can able to construct our own electric motor. So thank you for today. Then tomorrow we can see about the next topic, that is about the electromagnetic induction. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.